My dear students, good afternoon. In this video, I'm going to discuss some of the properties of real numbers and the integers. So I would like to start with the definition of real numbers. As you know, that a real number represents a point on the number line or assigned distance left or right from the origin, or any quantity that has a finite or infinite decimal representation. Real numbers include integers, positive and negative fractions, and irrational numbers like 2 under root, pi, and e. Similarly, an integer is a whole number that may be positive, negative, or it may be equal to 0. Zero is denoted by the number 0 is denoted by 0, and the number 1 is denoted by 1. We may discuss the sum of two real numbers. So the sum of the result of adding two real numbers a and b is denoted by a plus b and is called the sum of a and b. Similarly, the multiplication of two real numbers a and b is denoted by ab, or a times b, or a cross b, and is called the product of real number a and real number b. Uh, to say that a real number a is less than another real number b, which is denoted by a is less than b, it means intuitively that a is to the left of b on the number line. In all the definitions that I am going to show in below discussion, a and b represent arbitrary real numbers. The numbers 2 through 10 are defined by, say, for example, 2 is equal to 1 plus 1 and 3 is equal to 2 plus 1, etc. And the decimal representations for other numbers are defined by the usual rules of decimal notation. For example, 23 is defined by 2 times 10 plus 3. Similarly, the additive inverse or negative of a real number a is the number minus a that satisfies the equation that a plus minus a is equal to 0, and the difference between a and b denoted by a minus b is the real number, which is defined by a minus b is equal to a plus minus b, and that is said to be obtained by subtracting a real number b from another real number a. If a is not equal to 0, then the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of a is the number a raised to the power minus 1, which satisfies the equation a times a inverse is equal to 1. If b is not equal to 0, then the quotient of two real numbers a and b, which is denoted by a by b or a upon b, is the real number defined by a upon b, and that is equal to a times a times b raised to the power minus 1, and is said to be obtained by dividing a real number a by a real number b. A real number is said to be rational if it is equal to p or q for some integers p and q, where q is not equal to 0. So a real number is said to be rational if it can be written in the form of a quotient p or q, where q is not equal to 0. A real number is said to be irrational if it is not rational. The statement a is less than or equal to b, denoted by a is less than or equal to b, means a is less than b or a is equal to b. Similarly, the statement a is greater than b, which is denoted by a greater than b, means that b is less than a. The statement a is greater than or equal to b, denoted by a is greater than or equal to b, means a either is greater than b or a is equal to b. A real number a is said to be positive if a is greater than 0. The set of all positive real numbers, the set of all positive real numbers is denoted by r plus, and the set of all positive integers is denoted by z plus. A real number a is said to be negative if a real number a is less than 0. It is said to be non-negative if a is greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, a real number a is said to be non-positive if a is less than or equal to 0. If a and b are two distinct real numbers, Another real number C is said to be between A and B if either A is less than C is less than B or A is greater than C is greater than B. If A is a real number and N is a positive integer, then the nth power of A denoted by A to the power N is the product of N factors of A. Similarly, the square of A is the number A raised to the power 2 and that is equal to A times A. If A is a non-negative real number, the square root of A denoted by A under root is the unique non-negative real number whose square is A. If n and k are any two integers, we say that n is divisible by k if there is an integer m such that n is equal to k times m. In that situation, m will be equal to n divided by k. An integer n is said to be even if it is divisible by 2, and it is said to be odd if it is not divisible by 2. If S is a set of real numbers, a real number B is said to be a maximum of S or a largest element of S if B is an element of S and, in addition, B greater than or equal to X whenever X is any element of S. The terms minimum and smallest element are defined similarly. If S is a set of real numbers, a real number B is said to be an upper bound for S if B greater than or equal to X for every X in S. It is said to be a least upper bound for S if every other upper bound B prime for S satisfies the condition that B prime is greater than or equal to B. The terms lower bound and greatest lower bound are defined similarly. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon. You will get regular notifications about my other videos that I'll upload. Thanks for watching. Kindly share various videos of this channel